Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to the channel.
Take two.
Take two, because we forgot to press record actually on the previous take, but we'll call it a rehearsal. So my name is Alexis.
And I'm Jen.
And we are That's Flipping Retro.
We buy stuff, we sell stuff, we eat pup noodles.
We do. So in today's episode, we're just going to show you an office move, because, you know, we seem to be playing, well, musical offices at the moment. As you know, probably from previous episodes, we've been talking about this for a little while, is that Jen's got her own unit at the moment that she's using, so that is for the clothing side of things, and she's working out of that, and that's what now working really well, because I've cleared my books, which is this shelf. If you step aside, this shelf here is just books, workbooks, and you know, all that kind of stuff.
You can do a guided tour at the end once they've seen
I can do. But yeah, so I moved in the work stuff, and you probably saw the Lego as well. So there's that side of things I've got in here. But also that unit, I mentioned in previous episodes, that was for my own personal belongings. That has now gone. So I've kind of amalgamated a lot of this stuff in one office, because the stuff I had in that unit was huge. So there was massive black tubs, black storage tubs. This is empty, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can show you. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these little beauts, right? 6 of these, and they're all 145 litre. And you could literally, if you were like, you know, in a Breaking Bad mood, you know, or something like that, you could dissolve a body in one of them. However, yes, I brought everything in here, and because everything is so large, right, I was trying to sort this stuff out in the corridor outside the unit, but sod's law was that I was doing that and people wanted to get past. The guy opposite me, he one day came to get something out of the unit. I had to move a lot of stuff over, so it was just like, you know, quite sweaty work, shall we say, to sort it out there, because it was forever getting stuff out to just pile it all back in again how it was. Whereas in this office I can lay it all out and just work on it, and that's exactly what I'm doing.
And you might ask, why don't you just do this at home? Well, we live in a tiny flat. I mean, it's just for what's the word?
It's really small.
It's so small that our next door neighbours are the borrowers.
Yeah, and they live in the skirting.
Yeah.
And the skirting's bigger than the flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've had to, you know, be inventive with getting space.
Well, we have really, and unfortunately, you know, it does cost money, so that, you know, I imagine there'll be comments about, like, isn't this costing you extra money? Of course it is. You know, at the end of the day, though, we don't have the space to do it. So we are having to pay for more space, and it's crazy, but in order to keep running our businesses and keep doing what we're doing, I mean, this is temporary for me, to be fair, because I want to reduce this down to another little tiddly unit that isn't really going to cost the earth. Not that this place costs the earth, but I wanted...
No, he does do a very good deal for us, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, but I wanted a small office, but they only have 2 here. So I had to go back into the one we were using. But this is quite convenient, because you're able to come in and take photos.
Yes.
So at the end of this video, we're also going to give you an update on the Vinted scenario. And if you've watched our previous video on this, you know that they hold money. So we'll give you an update on what's going on with that room.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough of my chattering. So if we show you the day of the move.
through my shops.
Right, so that was the moving day and everything is now in here, so that's great. Obviously, yeah, the business stuff is up one end and all my personal stuff is down the other. I'm not going to give you a guided tour because I have, you know, got a lot of my own personal things everywhere at the moment, so it's not all work stuff. But yeah, we'll update you on the Vinted scenario.
Yes.
Anyway, so what happened with that, if you don't know, was that they were withholding money and we had to go through that verification malarkey. Yes. So we went through that on several times over, probably about 10 times, something like that.
Not even an exaggeration.
Sending documents over and over, so it was like, you know, partnership tax details, our own tax details, it was ID, it was, they wanted a, partnership agreement and all this. We then had to, we got in touch with Mango Pay and they said, well, the problem is that you're not, that because you're a partnership, you have to change what it is on Vinted, so we changed that, and it was all round the houses. It was all just like loads of stuff. So where we're at the moment, still no payouts, still nothing. It has been weeks. I did, you know, some of the accounts the other day, and you can certainly see the difference between a month where you're getting eBay stuff and you know, and Vinted payouts. Side by side, and anything else we get like Bricklink, Etsy, and then the months where you don't get any Vinted. It's really obvious. It's really affecting, right, the payout that we get from this for our own, you know, use at the end of every month. Right. So it is getting now to a situation where they ask for something else which you sent. Yep. Didn't you? Yep. And nothing.
Was it a BRO or something like that?
A UBO.
UBO, that was it.
They said, and I filled this in, and I filled in both sections. So my name as partnership, lead partner, and for the purposes of the tax, and your name. Yeah. And then they came back with, no, you haven't done both names. So you then redid it.
Yeah, this was about 10 days ago.
Yeah, and nothing. I mean, before you ask, if you haven't seen that last video, yes, we tried the template on Ricky Resel's video about this, and no, it didn't work. We heard from Mango Pay swiftly. That's how we know that we had to change something with Vinted. However, nothing from Vinted legal. Absolutely nothing.
But this morning, I because we've waited so long, I messaged Vinted and I said, you know, this is ridiculous now. Yeah. Why has no one sorted this? And they sent me a message back saying that we need to send in our verification identification and also the UBO information, and then it will be processed within 48 hours. So I replied, we have done this already, and nothing. And that was about 9 o'clock this morning.
So they want us to do it all over again?
I don't know if they want us to do it again, because that might start the thing going again, or it might be that they haven't even bothered to look to see that we've already done it.
See, this is how I mean, Vinted's okay, right, isn't it? But this is how shit their customer service is. That basically, you know, it's like, I hate to, well, I don't hate to say it, but you know, like when you are having anything to do with the tax system and benefit systems, etc., and the fact that those, you know, departments never communicate with each other. It seems that every company works on that basis. Nobody, you know, as they say, the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. And I know those are the wrong way round, but for you, they would be correct. I don't know. Like mime.
Maybe if we send them an interpretive dance or mime, we might get our money.
Well, I was kind of thinking maybe what they want is a vial of our blood.
Yeah.
Maybe they want that.
At this point, they can have it. I don't care. I want the money. I want our money.
Can somebody, because last time I asked this, nobody commented. Well, people did comment, didn't they? But, you know, everyone seems to be in the same boat of, we don't know. But, like, if you've had this and it's been so long and drawn out for weeks and weeks and you just keep being put round and round the houses, what did you do apart from go on a massacre at Vinted HQ? Like,
she doesn't mean that, by the way, if any government officials are watching.
But what did you do? What did you actually do about this situation? Because it just seems like, well, they're aren't they? I'm sorry, but Vinted customer service is
It's awful.
It's
terrible. It's the worst. It's worse. At least with eBay, you kind of get an answer eventually, and it mostly makes sense.
Yeah.
Even though it's frustrating, they tell you what they need,
and you can phone them, and you can ring them as well. Actually, and apparently they're quite responsive on stuff like Facebook. So if you message them through that, you can sometimes get hold of someone a bit quicker. And I know people moan about them, but you can eventually speak to a person who actually knows what's, they have access to a system, they can have a look for you. But these guys, they have no idea.
No, it's just a massive debacle.
It's shit. It is shit. And if you are running a business and you do want to verify, be prepared. You may or may not have a long wait.
And luckily, we always have a pot in reserve, don't we?
Yeah,
we can still buy stock.
Yeah,
and pay postage and all of that stuff.
Yeah, we do. Because at the end of the month, we only take the profit anyway. Yeah. So there is still a little pot of money.
What do they call that? A float.
Yeah, so
there's always a float, luckily.
Yeah.
But I don't know how long that float's going to last if this continues into the months.
And you are still selling on that Vinted account, and the fact of the matter is, because you're selling your clothes on there, aren't you?
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, this is dragging on for so long that it's now run into the hundreds on there, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
And potentially, if it drags on any longer, we're going to be talking about £1,000 plus.
Oh, yeah, well over.
And then it'll just keep creeping up, and it'll be a case of do we just stop selling on there for now?
Do we take them to court? Do we, I don't know.
Would any of you say small claims court is the only way to go with this?
Yeah.
Because it is now getting to that point where we're getting sick of it, to be honest. So if anyone from Vinted is watching,
just give us our bloody money.
Just sort out your verification system, because as I've said many times, it is sort it out.
Now say what you mean, don't sugarcoat it.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. No, absolutely
not when it comes to money anyway. But
no.
That's enough ranting and raving and moaning, isn't it, for now?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, I suppose.
Yeah. And now I'm going to go take blood pressure tablets. No, I'm fine. It's just really frustrating, isn't it? It's really
anything to
annoying.
do with money is always frustrating, and that is one of the things with working for yourself. Because if you worked for a big company and they had problems, they would still have to pay their staff. You'd think, wouldn't you? But because we pay our staff, which is us, if we don't get paid, then we're kind of screwed.
Well, we're working for free, aren't we, at that stage? And we're essentially working for these companies just to keep our money. Which is not the reason we do it, and we have provided them with so much already. So give us our money, you cat.
Anyway, on that bombshell, we'll see you in the next one. Like, subscribe. Bye!
Bye!